My name is Đỗ Nhật Hà, Bilingual Master of Ceremonies in Ho Chi Minh City. And once again, thanks for having me today with TEDx FTUHanoi. Alright, before we start, I just want to know, some of you guys here, have you ever heard or reached into the breaking point in your life? Yes. I think the definition of this keyword, it depends on each individual. And to me, I think it means the moment that everything you feel like is falling apart and you're not sure whether to take a step forward or retreat. But what would it be? What if I told you this breakpoint could be a very moment that shaped you into who you really meant to be? I think we all encounter these pivotal moments in our life. People, when they look at me with the admiration, seeing beauty, confidence, and strength. I think so. But what a pity, isn't it? Everyone, we always start in somewhere. And I do too. I also start as a normal person. And I most definitely believe that this breakpoint is the thing which actually lead me to you. At first, I would like to begin by simplifying with my experience, personal experience, and breaking it down from two distinct perspectives. In the early stage of my journey, from 2018 to 2021, and I call it breakpoint. True breakpoint, sorry. True breakpoint is really my true breakpoint. Imagine that our life like a design chart, which have the periodic ups and downs, and this can be seen in every single aspect of life, including career, business, economy, or just normal daily activities. I vividly remember that after winning one of the reputable beauty contests in Vietnam, at my QBN 2018, I basked myself in the moment of the victory. It's really memorable, interesting, wonderful, absolutely awesome. However, I quickly faced with the subsequent uncertainties that I never expected. You know, I always intend myself to focus on my career as one of my biggest dreams. But nonetheless, my parents, and especially as my mom, she already told me that. Hey, it's better for you to pursue a higher education as master's degree in Korea rather than just chasing your impossible dreams without any support. So how can I do? Because in the end of the day, both of this deeply intertwined to my personal journey. And this all my dream that I relentlessly pursued. Honestly, I was at my crossroad, and I also wasn't sure what I should go for. It was the truly breakpoint in my life. And to make a matter worse, after a year being famous, I back to my normal life as an ordinary person. I worked for another company, did many things to maintain my life and my career. But it's not enough. Do you remember one of the biggest events in 2021? Yes, COVID-19 pandemic, right? I still face with one of the biggest disasters of the earth, COVID-19 pandemic, as one of you guys here did. And as I continue with my career, I went to realize that the transformation to showbiz was something really different. And I found myself inexperienced, didn't possess enough skill, no relationship to thrive into the new environment. I was lost. You know, I deeply value everything I have today because it's really hard And you know, in Vietnam, the young people, we also have the slang, bắt đầu từ con số âm. It means start from the negative number. And I am exactly that type, who began from below zero and pushing myself beyond the limit that order might never face. So, because of this, I deeply value everything I have, every achievement. That drives me to working tirelessly, appreciating every step and opportunity that I have. So it was really my challenging and uncertain time in my life. But after all, when I look back, I think such situation can be happening to every one of us, not only me. Because you know, it could be studying abroad, moving to a new city, getting a first job, or just simply getting married, right? These are all the breakpoints that we encounter in our life. And the question for all of you, all of the audience here, what do you normally do when you're faced with that? Anyways, there's no right or wrong, because I think it depends on your own way. But to me, after years grappling with my personal breakpoint, and I learned in the hard way that springing into action is the only solution that has me to overcome with those upheavals. And I think it will be demonstrated clearly in the next section for all of you. Yeah, the next one. The next journey, I named it my fake breakpoint from 2022 until now as one of my motto of life. I can say that this time I am the new version of myself, and I tend to take it slow by gradually processing and contemplating about the root causes, and then figuring out the suitable solutions. In doing so, now I'm living with gratefulness and acceptance. Quietly and persistently prepared, I took small but steady step forward. And every effort that I made was quiet devotion to my dreams on future. Step by step, day by day. And one day, when Miss Universe Vietnam 2022 appeared, a season that felt like a burst of energy, filled with an extraordinary being, who not only incredibly beautiful, but also deeply inspiring. And this experience completely transformed me. And it completely transformed me. And I always remember about the theme of the competition that year, Vina Women. Yes, exactly, it resonated deeply to me and gave rise to my personal mantra, bravery now or never. And I felt like a star was born. This became my guiding force to empowering me fight harder and aim higher. So, after all, when I receive everything I want and I have, I think the bravery is another key approach that I employ to deal with my personal breakpoint. As Chilean Michaels once said, this life is not about birthday, it's about effort. And I also utilize another strategy to cope with my personal breakpoint. And I call it rejection. You know, sometimes when people will push themselves too hard, and the result we will receive is not progress at all. It's just exhaustion. So, learning to pause It doesn't mean giving up, but it means taking a moment to recharge. It's about stepping back. Just stepping back, not to abandon your goals, but to prepare for a longer leap forward, a stronger leap forward. And as a result, I think I received everything I want. And it's allowed me to pursue my ambitions with the greater clarity, fulfillment, and ease. So, as a human being, when we confronted with the major breakpoint, we could end up with fight or flight situations. Many choose to run away, but some, they decide to step back and fight. And as a result, they can gradually progress and gravitate to the more profound and modern worldview. And that's all about my experience through my breaking points in my life. And the last one, before ending, I would like to share all of you, despite everything I've been through, but now I'm still standing here on this stage. I know everyone will also have the breakpoints. Everyone will always have the moment of disruption. But in the end of the day, even the obstacle are limited, but just you start believing everything will be okay. And once again, I want to share one of my favorite quotes. Don't give up on your dreams, or your dreams will give up on you. So I hope all of you never stop believing. Thank you.